Mr. P here again. We're going to look at Purple Hibiscus again today, and we're going to look at theme. I think it's a theme rather than a motif, but the themes of speech and silence. They might not be the most obvious things in the novel, but when you actually look for them, there are lots and lots of examples of speech and silence in the novels. So we'll look at why they're significant, but also consider what the key quotations are that you really should learn to illustrate those themes. Okay, let's dive straight in. So speech and silence, these are themes that Adichie uses in the novel to reinforce other themes such as violence, power and freedom. At a national level, Adekoka and Papa's newspaper speaks out against the corruption of the government and therefore stands for freedom of speech. The bomb in the Post silences Adekoka by killing him. The newspaper is also silenced, shut down by the state. Similarly, Antifuoma speaks up against the corruption that she sees, and the university tried to silence her by sacking her as a professor. Adichie uses the title Speaking with Our Spirits and a different silence for sections of the novel. So it's evident that she really wishes us as readers to consider these as important themes. And I suppose at a more personal level, Papa is the person who has the power of speech in the family. Mama, Kambili and Jaja often maintain silence out of fear of Papa. They learn to communicate non-verbally using body language and eye contact. And it's only really when Jaja and Kambili go to stay with Antifuoma and their cousins that they both gain freedom of speech, and with it their development as characters in the novel. So let's look at some key quotes. Adekoka, observing Jaja and Kambili, says to Papa at one point, "They are always so quiet," he said, turning to Papa, "so quiet." Well, is Adekoka here praising Papa for how quiet his children are, or is he kind of secretly quite shocked? Either way, we're to believe, I think, that Papa takes it as a compliment almost and praise of his parenting style. Here, Adichie's repetition of "so quiet" emphasizes just how surprising this is to Adekoka. I did not say anything else until lunch was over, but I listened to every word spoken, followed every cackle of laughter and line of banter. Mostly my cousins did the talking, and Antifuoma sat back and watched them eating slowly. Well, here Kambili's observing closely the power dynamics and the way the conversations between parent and children happen in her cousin's house. Adichie's encouraging us as readers to contrast the way in which they speak to each other to her own family, where she and Jaja are forced to be silent by Papa Eugene. The fact that there's laughter and banter suggests the family are close and enjoy each other's company, in contrast to her family, where the overbearing Papa is usually the only one allowed to speak. Antifuoma allows the children to do the talking. Silence hangs over us, but it is a different kind of silence, one that lets me breathe. I have nightmares about the other kind, the silence when Papa was alive. Well, after Papa's death, there is still a kind of silence, but it's different because it's no longer the fear of his punishment. The metaphor of being able to breathe represents how in the days when Papa was alive, they hardly felt they could breathe due to his overwhelming oppression. These are the nightmares that still haunt Kambili, demonstrating the trauma that she will need to deal with as she comes to terms with what Papa did to her and her family. You could say anything at any time to anyone, where the air was free for you to breathe as you wished. So in this short quote, Kambili is unable to eat at Antifuoma's house because she's so unused to the freedom with which her cousin's family speak to each other. Adichie's repetition of any emphasizes how surprised she is by that freedom. And this is amplified by the metaphor of the air being free for you to breathe as you wished. Having this air to breathe and I guess not to be confined by Papa Eugene's judgment all the time is a kind of a revelation for Kambili. Now, you're going to find other short quotations, I'm sure, to illustrate and explore the theme of speech and silence. But hopefully these are helpful at least to start with. Remember to try and zoom in on specific words or phrases or techniques and explain how and why Adichie uses them. Hope it's been useful. Um, Please do check out others in this Purple Hibiscus micro video series. And of course, if you've got any questions, put them in the comments below. I'll get back to you. And if you like what you see, you want to receive new content to help you ace your English, then please do hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you next time on the Mr. Pollard YouTube channel. Take care. Bye-bye.